Yo, what up? It's B-Diz, the rock star part of SuperObvious.
I am Werds Illah.
In this video, we're talking about the scary movies that we like.
That's right.
Before you start going all crazy in the comments, these are the scary movies that we like. So if you don't agree, you should probably take a pill that says chill on the side.
There you go.
These are our favorite scary movies, guys. They're not yours.
Favorite characters, just different things about the horror movie genre.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is my favorite franchise is Friday the 13th.
Jason.
All the movies are good except for Jason X. That one sucks. Friday the 13th Part 7, New Blood. This one features around a person named Tina who has powers.
Ooh.
And she's like the only one that was able to actually physically go against Jason. She does stuff like throw a couch at him. She makes a light slap him in the face so he falls down a flight of stairs. She makes a bunch of nails hit him. She does a whole bunch of stuff that just pisses Jason off. And he's like, you know what? I'm really going to kill you now.
Really?
You're so fucking dead.
So dead. Yeah, we were just watching some of that earlier. Yeah. What she do the one part where she was like, he was right next to the furnace and like made the furnace like catch the shit on fire, and then she ran out and the whole place caught on fire. It's like, yeah, she was doing some.
She dropped the whole roof on him while Jason was on the porch.
Oh.
She made him just fall into water and get electrocuted. She's almost cheating at this point, but it's actually pretty funny.
It is. It's like if you had Drew Barrymore when she was like Firestarter in that movie and had her against Jason.
It's basically like Jason versus Carrie.
Right, and yeah, true indeed, it is in a lot of ways.
Jason's killed a lot of people. You almost feel bad for him.
Yeah, almost like in the part on the one we were talking about. Was that like the redneck up in like the farmhouse or whatever, and like how he took off his mask and he looked at him. He was like, "Yeah, that's just not right."
Oh yeah, we're talking about the Friday the 13th reboot that came out around 2009. This is the one, if you weren't already screwed enough.
That's what it was.
Jason could run now.
Yeah.
He really fucked up now.
He was fast.
Yeah, he kills the one redneck guy who has sex with mannequins. And Jason did some really cool stuff. I think he shot someone in the face with a bow and arrow while they were on a jet ski.
Oh yeah, he did.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty dope.
And then there was the girl that was underneath the bridge who saw that happen, and she got stabbed in the top of the head. The very top of the head.
Oh god.
We also have Jason throwing, axes to the back.
Oh, the quarterback of axe throwers,
The
guys.
precision, guys.
Yo, he hit this guy running with two, and then threw like with like two hands.
I don't even think he knows how far he could have really threw that axe and still hit the person.
And he
right
like
in the
led
back.
him into the pass. Like I said, he's like a quarterback and shit. Like.
And then there's also the guy who lost a gun.
Oh no!
Who gets like put on the back of like a tow truck,
yeah,
kind of thing. And he drive off his body just like dangling, and it's just.
And Jason's like, "Oh wow, that was convenient."
That was pretty cool. Another one of my favorites is Freddy vs. Jason.
Ooh, yeah.
In the theaters, I think it did okay. I think it's cool because you never really seen like the whole like franchise versus franchise. Yeah. There's no Michael Myers versus Leatherface. There's no Leprechaun versus Chucky.
No.
There's no.
It's none.
None. It's like the only one of its kind.
Yeah.
I just don't like how Jason got his ass whooped for most of it. But I digress. I can go forever on that one.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
They let Freddy get a lot of stuff off that was like, yeah, that wouldn't have happened. It was like it was like an action flick. You know what I'm saying? Almost. They started fighting each other and it started turning into like an action flick. But it was dope. You know what I'm saying? It had its moments.
It was cool because Freddy talks and Jason doesn't, so Freddy was adding all the comical elements of it, like, you know what I'm saying.
But Jason was big in that one too. Remember when they was in the at the party in the field?
Yo, people are on fire. Jason's just swinging and just slicing people, like it's just
on fire, catching
blood
the whole
just squirting this
the
way.
whole field's on fire and everything. Like,
oh man, I liked Freddy vs. Jason. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, it was pretty dope though. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying, for them joining like the whole like action flick and turning it into also horror still. So
I don't know if you remember this part, but the only cool thing really in Jason X, cyborg monster Jason, is when you put that girl's face in like the freezing liquid and then smashed her face on the counter, and her face broke like glass.
Oh yeah.
But it was her face though.
Yeah, that was a unique kill. That was like, you get some unique kill points for that. You saying?
It was special.
Yeah, that was next level right there.
And I think the last one I was going to probably talk about is Jason Goes to Hell, where Jason is actually only in it for the first minute, and then the last 2 or 3 minutes, at the beginning, Jason gets blown into complete shit, 1,000 pieces, and his heartbeat makes this really weird metallic-y sound, which makes someone eat it, and the spirit of Jason kind of gets transported from mouth to mouth with this big ass worm, and there's like blood and stuff coming out as they're ingesting it. It's way back in the day. It was special.
Yeah, that is special.
So that's my Friday the 13th. Why I think that's really cool. That's some of my favorites. I don't think he's going to talk about it, but on my end, the Nightmare on Elm Street series kind of sucks.
Oh,
especially
no.
the reboot. If you guys know about the reboot, it's really bad.
Hey.
Super thumbs down. The reason why I thought Freddy was okay because he talks. Michael Myers doesn't talk. Jason doesn't talk. Freddy had personality like, I'm going to cut you up, bitch.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. And he has actual, powers.
Yeah.
He can kill you while you're sleeping.
Right.
But it doesn't really sell me.
I kind of enjoy Freddy, but mainly because, again, just the comical element of it. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. He's quick-witted. He says some wild little one-liners and stuff like that. So it's cool. You know what I mean? But top, like you said, serial killers or top horror movies, I don't know.
It's kind of way in the back.
Yeah. There's that, and especially now, in the last decade or so, we've seen a lot of better reboots and better just newer killers and newer scary movies.
We talked about it earlier. The only one that I kind of liked, I don't even remember which one it was, but it was when all those people were in that asylum.
Oh yeah.
And they all ended up facing their fears and having these powers
when they were in the dreams.
And there's still the really cool one where Freddy has a little person up talking shit,
on the strings.
and just cuts all their, and they just fall and die in dreams and real life probably.
Yeah,
that's how it works.
Yeah.
So Words Illah. So what is some of your favorite scary shit?
Off top, man, the Pennywise franchise.
It.
It's dope, man. Especially the 2 newer ones. You know what I'm saying? Really, the first one, because again, there's just some moments in there, like you said it to me. There's moments where I laughed like I've never laughed before. Just the timing of things sometimes is so crazy. You know what I mean? They go in the emotional roller coaster is crazy. You know what I mean? And the kids dealing with everything that they're dealing with, and it was shot well. I could say that. The special effects and stuff, it looks really good. When Pennywise transforms and shit like that, the shit looks wild. It's crazy as fuck.
Not just visual sound effects, but the vocals of his voice getting deep or a high pitch or mimicking someone else.
Yeah, it's pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? From the original Pennywise it's magnitudes scarier, I would imagine, for kids. I don't know. These newer versions, you were saying, they're the graphics they use and shit. And Pennywise as a character is it's another one. It's just he's just crazy. You know what I mean? There's an explanation. They try to give you the story background of who he was and from the town and what he did to the kids and all of that, and try to give you that. So that adds an element of giving you a little bit more about who he is or whatever, but you still don't understand why he's this crazy, why he does all these crazy things all the time. But
and you're saying as kids, stuff that happens will probably scare us, but us as adults, we think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
it's legs slapping, laughing your ass off, funny.
It is hilarious to me. Specifically, my favorite moment, of course. I'll use this as a fucking screensaver or whatever for years to come. The part where he's the one boy is getting beat up, and he looks over and he sees Pennywise across the lake, and then he looks down again and he looks back up, and when he looks up, Pennywise has the other little boy's hand, basically his half of his arm, and he's gnawing on the fingers, and then he waves at him with the hand. Oh, that is good stuff, man.
Or the part when the old lady gets really big in the kitchen.
Yeah, or just the way she walked really quick past the little doorway. When you could see her in the background, just kind of walk by really fast and kind of crazy looking.
It was so fucking weird.
Oh man, I never, like I said, was a huge fan of the original, but when they did the reboot, I was okay, this is tight. The parts where even he's not fully informed yet. I think on the second one, there's a part where you see him like the girl that's in the original, she's older, and the older version of her sees him, and he's like not even doesn't have makeup on or anything, so like he like turns around and is looking at her, and he's like putting the makeup on, and like as he's talking he's like drooling and shit like that, like, so he's like, yo, he went there for that role, yo. I give it to, yo, to play a serial killer or play some like crazy role like that has got to be like a hard thing to like really commit that fully to, like, yo, I'm a masked
but also
murderer.
have like that,
I'm a crazy
that comedy relief as well,
right? And still know how to like, yeah,
like to make you laugh during when something's really fucked up happening,
right?
Then we're fucked up for almost like laughing at it.
No, but it is crazy though. It is crazy because you think about it, you're watching these movies and you're seeing all this crazy shit happening, and there's moments where it's supposed to be like an intense, painful, gory moment, but I'm like, yo, did you see how that just happened? Like, yo, that shit is crazy, man. Ain't that funny? Like, oh, that's not supposed to be funny, but
it's not our fault. It's not our fault. They're probably making us be like that, so it's.
I think so.
They're the sick fucks, not us.
Exactly. I didn't make the movie.
We didn't make the movie. Like, we're just watching it.
I mean, the part in the second, was it the second one or is it in the first one that we were watching? It's the part when he's down in the basement and the water's flooded. You know what I'm saying? And
first you only see like his eyes like up to here.
Yeah.
And he slowly like comes out of the water.
Yeah. And then he's like making the kid talk, and he's like, his voice changes. You can float too. You float too. You float too. You float too. I was like,
and then he's like,
oh, and he ran off fast, and then his dumbass missed. his head at the bottom of the steps.
Yeah, the whole It movie, especially the new reboot ones, them shits are great. You're the one that put me on those.
Good job to those guys who decided to reboot that and got together and got some great editors and graphic designers and stuff and whatnot to do all that, because it looks incredible.
There's a lot of fancy in there.
Yeah, it looks incredible. Mm-hmm. I can agree with you on Jason, because that franchise is storied, super long, super. Everybody who's into it just understands it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a staple, obviously, in the horror movie genre.
But yeah, man, it's BDiz, the rock star part of SuperObvious.
I am Werds Illah, a part of the Werds Illah podcast.
And we're talking about the scary movies that we like. And that's it. And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah.